Hi guys, Tim Urbanek with Elite Endurance. Today's Tuesday tip of the day. What we're going to do is go over a couple of dynamic exercises that we like to do. This is kind of a precursor to the actual workout that we're going to do for that day. I always tell people you want to try a couple. Two things mainly for the dynamic is one, you're going to want to use some kind of dynamic exercises that will help build some limitations that athlete may have or that person may have. So if it's balance issues, you want to try to build in some part of a balance stability thing into that dynamic, as well as whatever exercise or predominant exercise you're going to be doing in the upcoming circuit. You want to make sure that you hit those appropriate muscles as well, so the body's getting nice and warm and ready to perform in about 5-10 minutes. Generally, that's about how long we'll spend on a dynamic warm-up. Some days a little longer, some days not as long. Again, it just kind of depends where we're going to be going into the training for that day, what part of the season they're in, as far as if it's off-season, post-season, pre-season type of training. We want to make sure that we're getting them with the appropriate workload. So without further ado, what I'll do is I'm just going to demo it, kind of just going 15 feet, if that, just so you guys kind of see the dynamic warm-up, some of the ones that we do, some of the more common ones. And again, these can be incorporated into your own workout at home or on field just before going into sport and playing your particular game. So the first one that we always like to do, again, starting slow and kind of ramping up as we go. First one we're going to start with is just a simple knee tuck. Most people will just pull here, but what I always tell the athletes is on that planted foot, you want to get up on the ball of the foot to get a little bit of triple extension. So I'm here, I'm going to pull up and just alternate as I come down. So again, I'm just getting up high, getting that knee pulled tight to the chest, and then going for that triple extension. The next one that we'll do to kind of get a little bit of upper body, lower body, as well as a little bit of mobility to the spine, I'm going to go with an inchworm with a cobra stretch at the bottom. So for this one, have the athlete basically bend down as far or as close to their toes as they can. So for me, I'm going to drop down, I'm going to walk it out nice and slow. Once I get into position, I'll go into that cobra stretch, hold it for a few seconds, come up. Now I'm trying to force my hips to the sky. So I want to walk that in as close as I can. Again, the main goal I tell athletes is try to keep the knees straight so I'm not walking in like this, because then I lose that stretch. I want to be thinking hiking my hips to the ceiling, so that's going to pull on those back hamstrings. So again, with this one, it's a little bit slower of a movement, but we'll do it for a set amount of distance. The next one that we really like to do, again, to stretch out the back hamstrings, is just simply, and I'll actually face you so you can kind of get a good idea, then I'll turn sideways. So I'm just coming down, and on this one, I'm just staggering my stance, kicking my hips back, and touching the ground. So from a side view as I do it, I would come here, drive both knees back, tip my hips, and splash water. Then I take a few steps, repeat, but now opposite side, same concept. I'm going to want to drive knees back, keep the hips back, so I'm penduluming down instead of doing this, because then I lost everything in that stretch. Another one that we like to do and incorporate would be, it's kind of a knee stretch, or not knee stretch, a hip stretch is the best way I can kind of describe it. Facing you guys again, what we'll do is you can pull on the leg from the back side and lift up. You can pull from the front, or you can split it and pull from both. So I want people to envision this is my knee. I don't want to be torquing at the knee. I want to be raising at the hip, coming up. So again, as I do that same concept, I get up on the ball of that foot. So I'm getting triple extension on the planted leg and getting some hip mobility on that leg that's pulled up with me. The next one that we go into, again, for the back hamstrings is going to be a Frankenstein. So this one I want to kick across body. So left foot into right, right foot into left. So I'm walking out, again, keeping knees straight. I lose it if I start bending my knees. Now, if you don't have the flexibility to get toes to the hand, I just don't want to see you bending. That will take away from the stretch as well. So if you come up short, you come up short. Not a big deal. Just keep good form so you're pulling on those back hamstrings. Next one we go into, just a simple lunge. So we'll usually do this one going down forward. I'll just come down. We try not to have the athlete or the person touch their knee. So you want to be up, so I got some balance to work on here. Then I'm rotating across and over, step forward, same thing again, good position, chest up, rotating, coming across. Now on the way back, what we'll do, same stretch and to a point with that lunge, but whatever foot is in front, I'm gonna reach over and across body on that. So I get a cross pull across my midsection with that. The next warm up that we like to do, again, this is one that is designed off of the different types of skips. So there's an A skip, a B skip, and a C skip. We like to do the A skip just because it's kind of the precursor to a good sprint form or sprint mechanics. So again, kind of facing you guys, it's always opposite, and I want you to think of cycling that upper body, that hand, from cheek to cheek. So cheek to butt cheek, opposite knees coming up. So I'm here. And I tell the athletes you want to go for volume, not distance. So I'm not concerned of them covering, 20 yards with 4 skips. I'd rather have them do 400 skips in 20 yards. The biggest key though is as you're performing this A skip, I want you to think of pulling those toes to the top of the head. So you're dorsiflexing, getting into that sprint position. So I'm here, popping through. Nice and tall, over exaggeration with the knee. Once I get to where I need to, I'm coming straight backwards, same drill. So again, guys, those are just a few that we incorporate. It's all based and dependent upon, again, where that athlete or that person is in their training, as well as what's planned for the rest of that morning or that day or that afternoon's workout. You want to make sure you're hitting those muscles appropriately, working on balance, mobility issues, as well as muscle imbalances, and you want to make sure that, again, it's prepping you for that work that you're about to do so you have the best chance of being successful, hopefully not get injured, and it gets the body nice and warm and ready to go. So there you guys go. A couple quick stretches for our dynamic warm-up. Until next time, we'll talk to you guys later.